All right, this is Hattube. Thank you for watching. We're going to review the Coolina Promaja knife. Again, this knife is the Promaja, and it has this European name because its story is that it was, forged using this Serbian steel. So they call it the Sarkac Serbian steel, basically handmade, supposedly. And this knife, we're going to be unboxing this. So just got it in the mail a couple of days ago. As soon as you pop off the package, you see it comes in this nice kind of cloth canvas style cotton sheath. I actually ordered a separate, more durable sheath that cost about $30, which is actually a really thick leather to allow you to transport the knife more securely, because you'll see this canvas is not that durable, sturdy. It's more like a just covering. So the knife comes with this plastic piece over the handle, and then you pop this button open and you hold on to the plastic. You can kind of wiggle the sheath off, and then here you have one piece of plastic over the knife, and then there's another piece which is secured by this little kind of rubbery piece on the bottom to protect the blade while it's in transit. And then if you take off this top of plastic, now you have this little edge protector for the point, as well as this one for the back point. So first thoughts about how this knife feels in the hand. It feels amazing. I know other reviews have mentioned in terms of balance, and yes, this is more of a front heavy knife. So I'm balancing it right now, but I'm not really in the center. If you look at where my finger is, it's about a ½ an inch or a centimeter almost away from the handle. So usually knives are balanced a little bit more in the handle. This is a little bit, off into the blade. Now, I actually like that. Why? Because if you're cutting with this knife, I wouldn't cut like this. I would actually hold it a little closer, where in the back you kind of have a thumb here on the blade and this finger is here, and that's actually its true center of gravity. And it just feels so much better. You're going to have more control, more precision with your fingers like that, holding the blade at its center of gravity, than you will further back where it's going to be front heavy. Of course, certain chopping mechanisms and actions, you may want to hold it back here, depending on the kind of cutting you're doing. But for usual kind of kitchen, cooking related type of maneuvers, vegetables, slicing, dicing, mincing, or whatnot, this is where I plan to hold the blade. And I love the fact that this part is long. It's actually 10 centimeters or 4 inches, 10.1 centimeters. So this is a very wide knife, and that's great because as you're chopping and cutting stuff up, you have a large area that you could kind of scoop and shovel and pick everything up and move things around, which is important. So this blade comes a little kind of oiled at first because it's a high carbon steel, which means you need to keep a layer of oil on it, otherwise it will rust. Anyone that is into carbon steel knives will know that, but some people that are not aware of that, they might buy a carbon steel knife and wonder why it's rusting. Well, it's because you're not keeping your knife properly lubricated. So usually you could just, once you get this, it might have some industrial non-food grade oil. I'm not sure. So you want to clean off any oil as well as possible. And then you can coat it with like a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil. And after use, clean it and put the oil back on so that it's properly stored and doesn't rust. So you have the Coolina logo right here. Again, this knife doesn't feel too heavy, actually. Some people have said that it's heavy. This knife does not feel heavy. It's 300 grams, which is about 2/3 of a pound, or 0.66 pounds. Um, so that's the net weight of this. The box, with the box and everything, it's barely under a pound. So it's not a heavy package in terms of the shipment. The length is 4.7 inches, okay? And the length of the blade is 7 inches exactly, or about 17.7 centimeters. The thickness is 0.2 inches. You can see the back is quite thick, and it maintains that same thickness literally throughout, pretty much even up until this edge, which is interesting because some knives usually might taper off and get skinnier as they get towards the end, and it maintains that same thickness throughout the tang. So the total length is 29.6 centimeters or 11.7 inches. It's going to be, again, the 4.7 inches of the handle, okay, which is enough to grasp, and then the 7 inches of the blade. So I had high expectations for this knife, and I must say I'm pretty impressed. I'm even happier with what I'm seeing, because some of the other reviews I heard, they kind of didn't put the right spin on it, in my opinion. I think this knife is not too heavy, not too light. It's a good weight for a chef knife. So I really look forward to using this in the kitchen to chop up lots of vegetables. In terms of its sharpness, it feels relatively sharp. I mean, it probably will hold an edge. We could do kind of a quick paper test. Okay, yeah, it's pretty easy to cut one piece, and if I double it up, of course, it's how you hold the paper too and making it stiff. Yeah, that cut pretty easily. I've seen others try to like take a little bit of hair off. Yeah, it's sharp enough to shave a little bit. You can see right there, a couple of hairs came off. So this is a fantastic knife. I mean, it sells for not even $87. So, you know, you walk into a Williams in Sonoma, some of these stores, and you'll pay hundreds of dollars for anything remotely close to a knife like this. I think this is a phenomenal knife. It's going to need a lot of love and care, so you don't, so it doesn't get rusted. But even if it does, you could probably clean it off. And this thing's a beast. I mean, it's so thick, you could probably take this camping. You could drop it on the floor. You could chop wood with it. This is like almost like a survival knife, kitchen knife, chef knife, all in one. So yeah, really excited about it. Thank you for watching this quick unboxing. And back to the sheath real quick. You have a little kind of belt clip here. And then, again, this is a very kind of soft fabric. So when the knife is in here, you know, it's not, I don't even want to put it in right now because of the oils that it has on it. I want to clean it first. But once it's in here, you know, it's going to offer a little bit of protection. But the other leather sheath is really, really super, super safe. Like you could put it in a suitcase and not worry that, God forbid, it's going to go through if you're sending your suitcase overseas or something like that. You know, obviously you can't bring this on a carry-on. But yeah, the other sheath I recommend if you're going to be, you know, taking it with you camping and things like that, because I wouldn't trust this in a backpack, because God forbid if you fall and the knife is pointing like this, I mean, it could go through this. This is not going to offer that much protection. But the other sheath is pretty gnarly. Don't recommend anybody tries to fall on it, but it's going to offer a lot more protection. So again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. This is, again, the review of the Coolina Promaja Serbian steel chef knife. Here you got the Coolina logo. And that's it. Peace.